Hello viewers, so here we are then on lap 2 of a Grand Prix, testing the standard handling model MotoGP, riding as Valentino Rossi. Thankfully we've got to lap 2 even if he didn't, and we're looking here at the handling, specifically at the handling. I've put the game on an easy difficulty setting to pull away from the other bikes, give me a clear track to ride on, lots of laps, really develop the handling on the bike, really understand where the braking points are, how soon I can get on the power, how the handling works, how the back end comes out, learning the circuit. And the only way you're going to learn a game like this is by putting in lots and lots and lots of laps. It's not easy. It's not easy for the real riders. They fall off and break their bones all the time. But at least here we can get a nice feel for it. And this standard handling model is the one many of you will use when you first play the game. You're going to be exploring the limits of the racetrack and understanding how to take each corner. I think MotoGP, or biking in general, it's hard to make a biking game that you can just pick up and find intuitive straight away that isn't arcade-like. And a lot of bike games are very arcade-like. I mean, the ones I liked in the past, I always enjoyed the Namco bike games years ago, MotoGP games. They were playable, they were intuitive, but they were arcade-like. And if you watch the replay, you'll see the bike going like that in the replay, because it was built around the gameplay rather than simulating an actual bike model. And the same like that can be said for a lot of bike games out there. I often see a lot of people saying they like certain bike games, and you think, well, it's not really a simulator, even though they seem to think it is. There's a lot going on in terms of tyre wear, in terms of suspension, in terms of rider weight and stuff like that. And a lot of that has been taken into account here. I say a lot of it, all of it has been taken into account. But what they've done on this standard handling model is they've sort of reduced the effect of certain elements so that the bike is more playable. You can learn with it without falling off on every corner, and then you can progress on to the other settings. So you've got standard handling, you've got semi-pro, and you've got pro. The semi-pro introduces a lot of different elements in terms of how the rider feels, how the bike feels. It's much more loose. The Pro is very loose, and of course you have independent brakes as front and rear brakes, whereas these models use one brake button. I have to be honest, in general I do find that the one brake button is quite handy, but I think that if you want to become the best in the world at it, then you're going to need to learn the Pro model, really understand just when you use each brake and how much pressure that you need. It really is going to be a case of learning the courses, and like the real riders, really understanding down to a level of perfection what your bike setup's going to need, what your braking setup's going to need and stuff like that. As I fall off the bike there, oh goodness, Valentino's okay, no collarbone problems for him, just testing the limits there. And that's what you do, isn't it? That's what you do. We saw it with Marc Marquez the other day on turn 1. My goodness, 175 mile an hour crash. How do these guys do it? I've also seen Bradley Smith's finger. You can see that on Twitter on Bradley Smith's account. Go and see it. Go and see the damage that these guys do to themselves. It really is incredible. These guys are heroes, it has to be said, to do this, to ride on the limit. Even when I see people sometimes say a rider isn't as quick, if you met that guy in real life and he went around the race circuit with you, he would blow you away. I mean, these guys are on another level when it comes to speed and understanding the bike and getting the feel of the tyres and understanding the tyres. It really is minute differences that make the difference. And many bikers will tell you, when they've had an accident on a corner, such as Valentino had, he was a bit slower in the third sector because he's had an accident there and broke his leg. It does affect you a little bit, and you need to build confidence. And if there's a circuit with a bump, you're going to be slow, and you've got to learn how to approach that bump and take it flat out and become more confident with the bike. So it's tough, because if you get it wrong, you're going to fall off the bike and hurt yourself and potentially do yourself some damage and have a costly accident. I think the cost is sometimes the thing that scares some bikers more than the actual personal injury. I think it's a case of, damn, that bike's going to cost me a lot to fix. So Valentino, we've been doing some laps here of the standing model, and you can see there I'm gradually getting a greater flow to the bike. This is on the 4th lap, and now I'm finally putting this lap together. So it hasn't taken long. By lap 4 of the race, my laps have got much smoother. I've learnt the braking zones. I'm understanding how to turn the bike in. and I'm discovering more speed. So you could say by lap 8 I'll have got even quicker, by lap 15 even quicker than that. So I've really got a good flow now around this course, and I know that I could do laps around it all day without crashing if I wanted to. But if I'm going to find the limit, I'm going to need to push harder, and this standard handling model has really worked for me. So far so good. Feels really nice on this model. There's a nice sort of movement and speed to which the rider turns, which is just right, and it works for me. So around that long final corner, and this concludes this video of MotoGP. The next one we'll look at the semi-pro handling model, and we'll see what that's all about. See you there.